Growing up a Christian, I was taught to believe that everlasting life was guaranteed to those who followed the doctrines of Christianity. But now that I see the deception of the New Testament, everything must be re examined. This video will answer two questions. Number one, should we believe in the resurrection of the dead? And number two, should the righteous expect to live forever? Let's answer question number one. Should we believe in the resurrection of the dead? The answer is yes. Second Maccabees chapter 12 tells a story about a man named Judas who came back after a battle to take up the bodies of those that were slain and to bury them with their kinsmen and their fathers' graves. As they were burying the bodies, they found under the coats of every single person that was slain things consecrated to idols. When they saw this, they understood why Yah allowed only these idol worshippers to be slain. After this, Judas and his men prayed that the sin these men committed would be put out of remembrance. Verse 44 explains that it would have been useless to pray for the dead had Judas not hoped that they should rise again. The second proof of the resurrection can be found in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 1. It says, "And at that time Michael, the great prince, shall stand up, that stands over the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of tribulation, such tribulation as has not been from the time that there was a nation on the earth until that time. At that time thy people shall be delivered, even everyone that is written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to reproach and everlasting shame. And the wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and some of the many righteous as the stars forever and ever." And this verse also answers the second question: should the righteous expect to live forever? And the answer is yes. I studied this question because I recently heard a new translation of Isaiah 65 that led me to great confusion. In the translation that I heard, it said that in the future, the days of a person would be as the days of a tree, which seemed to indicate that we should not expect to live eternally in the future. However, after much study, I see that there is an error in translation in the Masoretic text. However, Brenton Septuagint confirms that the righteous can expect to live forever. In Isaiah 65 and verse 22, it reads, "For as the days of the tree of life shall be the days of my people, and they shall long enjoy the fruits of their labors." The tree of life is eternal, it is everlasting, and so shall be the days of the Most High's people. The idea of living forever is not new. In the book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 23, the Most High said that if Adam stretched forth his hand and took of the tree of life and ate, that Adam would live forever. In fact, living forever was always the plan for Adam and his descendants, and the plan is still alive. In Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 10, verse 1, it reads that the Holy Spirit of wisdom preserved the first formed father of the world that was created alone and brought him out of his fall and gave him power to rule all things. So we know that even though Adam fell, his soul was preserved by the Spirit of wisdom, which is the tree of life. According to Proverbs 3 and 18, It says that wisdom is a tree of life to those who find her. Now notice that Yah says in Isaiah 65, as the days of the tree of life, so shall be the days of my people. We were always meant to grab hold of the tree of life. We were always meant to live forever. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 13 says, for God made not death, neither has he pleasure in the destruction of the living. For he created all things that they might have their being, and the generations of the world were full of health, and there was no poison of destruction in them, nor the kingdom of death upon the earth. For righteousness is immortal, but ungodly men with their works and words called it to them. For when they thought to have it their friend, they consumed to naught and made a covenant with it, because they are worthy to take part with it. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 23 says, for God created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that are of his side do find it. The Most High is an everlasting God. He offers everlasting salvation. He has everlasting love for Israel. He has everlasting kindness. And he has an everlasting covenant with Israel and the generations to come. His way is everlasting, and his kingdom is everlasting and will endure through all generations. And you can be assured we are everlasting beings. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1 says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, those without the spirit of wisdom, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and their going from us to be utter destruction. But they are in peace, for though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality.